144 points of light, enlightening planet Earth. Greetings from home. The challenge of igniting 144 points of light. You have come a very long way to be here at this moment. You have come through time and space for your soul to be sitting in this bubble of biology, to be here at exactly this point. You have a job to do. You have known that since you were born, yet you have never quite known what that job is. We tell you that you have activated something that has started a new path on planet Earth, for the game of free choice is now expanding at an astounding rate. It is becoming exponential, for it does not add 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, it goes 1 to 2 to 4 to 8, and the advancement of humanity is moving as never seen in any game before. So this day we will tell you about the 144 points of light, and what that means not only on a global and cosmic level, but on an individual level. Recently you have reactivated the Atlantean power crystals, yet that energy is stagnant until it has a path to travel to be of use. Therefore, we have challenged the Keeper to ignite 144 separate points of light on this planet in different places on the globe, to energize the new grid. There is an opportunity to connect points of light on this planet which will ignite the web of love and take it from a thought form into a reality. Currently, you use the web of love as a tool, to draw energy from it or to send energy to it. Yet we tell you there is so much more that the web of love will be used for. Originally it was a communication grid used to connect the hearts of planet Earth. In a game of pretending to be separate from each other, this grid could begin the process of living in unity with each other and reconnecting that which was separated in the early stages of the humanity. What would it be like for you if you took every step of your life in full connection with that unity as part of your being? That is what is ahead, and that is what happens when you ignite the 144 points of light and actualize the web of love. Tendering the light. Igniting the lights can be very simple, although humans do enjoy complicating things. One way to activate the grid is to travel to 144 different places and intentionally set your energy to create a vortex, which will turn into a portal, which will turn into a point of light if it is cared for and nurtured. That point of light is then reflected and carried in the hearts of all of those who cared for and nurtured that point of light. We have challenged the Keeper and the Keeper's Keeper to do exactly this, as in their travels with this work they can effectively ignite 144 points of light on the globe. Then after they leave, that portal can be nurtured by local light workers who will then become reflectors of the light. This work is not restricted to the challenge we have offered the Keeper. We also challenge each of you to do the same and ignite points of light in your own circles. You may take the same challenge to take it upon yourself to ignite one of the points wherever you go. A new point may be in a new country, or a new city, or a new group of people, for the actual location makes little difference. In all instances the point of light must be tendered and grown by local people after it is first ignited. Each of those people who tender the light will actually ignite 144 points of light within their own being and radiate it out through their very being from that point on. This global challenge is also an individual challenge, as it must be carried from one heart to another. Although this work has great global and cosmic effects, this is also a very personal and intimate mission that lightworkers may choose to undertake. To be a conscious transmitter of light is your next step in evolution as lightworkers. It is not something that will be done in one sitting. It is not a task that will be done in a very short time, or even over a year or two. We also tell you that it will also have interdimensional ramifications. Not only will it affect all the other dimensions of time and space that share your planet, but it will reach beyond the metaphysical community into religions, corporations, governments and organizations of all sorts. The 144 points of light will reach into all dimensions of all reality. The microcosm and macrocosm of lightwork. Igniting these points can be accomplished in many ways. There are both microcosms and macrocosms of the new lightwork. We have offered you one vision of traveling to varied place on the earth, gathering hearts in a unified purpose. Yet, There are also things each of you can do on a smaller scale on personal levels that lend to the same purpose. It is important to remember that without the individuals who tender the fires, the light will not remain lit. An example may be the time you are asked to be a listener to a good friend who is having difficulties. She may be having trouble in her marriage, and she sits and talks to you as you counsel her. You make a difference when you empower this person. At this point they may choose to pass it on to all they come in contact with. That is a point of light that now takes your energy and goes forward. 144 of those situations will ignite your own matrix. Take responsibility on an individual basis to step into your passion, to do those things that you have come to do and that bring you the greatest joy, for those are the things that will ignite the 144 points of light. Go forward from this day to be a conscious purveyor of light and watch the magic happen in your life. The Atlantean Power Crystals. It has been no secret that the energy of Atlantis has been held within the crystals that have been buried deep within the area you call the Bermuda Triangle. Currently it will still be another 20-25 years before you uncover the actual crystals. It is not really important that you find the crystals. What is important is that you utilize the energy from the crystals. It is the unused energy from these crystals that has caused so many turbulent discharges in the form of hurricanes in that area. Your use of this energy will reduce the need for these discharges, and in the days ahead these occurrences will return to their normal rate. The crystal energy is returning to planet Earth. Ready or not, you have reached a high enough vibration to reveal the secrets of crystal energy once again. This is the same energy used for daily life in the days of Lemuria and Atlantis. The crystals are now activating all by themselves, for when they were hidden they were set with an automatic trigger point where they would activate when humanity reached a high enough level of vibration. Now all that is left is to use that energy, and that is the reason for activating the 144 points of light. When one point of light begins, others are activated. If they are nurtured, they remain lit and allow the crystal energy a path to travel, one after another, and pretty soon you will have exponential numbers of that happening all over the planet. At that point life gets very exciting. That is what is directly ahead for you. You are returning to the days of Lemuria and Atlantis. You will walk in a constant connection to the web of love with a constant knowing. Evolution becomes commonplace. It was not that long ago that many of you were discovering the word ESP, extrasensory perception. It was an anomaly and very strange at first. It was something different. It was a new word, and that became the buzzword among those leading the vibrational movement. Is it not interesting that that word no longer exists in your language? Even when you start talking about ESP, it takes you back to the days of the 70s. It is an old word. What happened to that gift that was called extrasensory perception? It became part of you. It became integrated and everyone was aware that it was commonplace. You began making space in your life to use it on a daily basis. Therefore, you no longer need the words to describe it as something separate from you. It is now integrated. That is happening with the concept of the web of love. That was Tiburon's dream in the beginning as he sought to blend the heart energy onto the crystal power grids of Atlantis. That was part of bringing the heart energy back to planet Earth. Many of you do not believe you are healers or teachers. You may think you are here by mistake, or feel like you know what it is you came to do but you are not doing it. We tell you that is about 92.3% of you on the planet. Get over it. You have work to do and we need you now more than ever before. It is time to stop thinking and start feeling. Step in the direction of your heart and activate your own life now. Critical mass and a flash of light. There is a message and you are hearing it loud and clear. Now you listen in a new way, for the connection to your own higher selves is strengthening every day. Each one of you has a beautiful gift to give. Find ways of giving it and that will start to ignite the 144 points of light. What will happen is that you ignite a point of light and it will remain an energetic structure. Then, if it is supported and if it is fed, even it will grow. If it is not fed and if it is not supported, The light will grow dim and fade away. Choose to ignite the light or tender the light. If you are igniting the light and it fades, do not let that discourage you, for that is part of the normal process. It is nothing to be feared and nothing you did wrong. Your job is to simply ignite the point of light, and if it is to be fed, it will be fed by others. Ignite it and let it go in love. Do not take responsibility for what happens after that point. You are the precursors of the light. You are the igniters, and you will set those 144 points of light. If you follow the call to nurture the light in a particular space, your job is just beginning. Many of you have been in training for this as guardians of the vortexes and the portals. When you feel a pull to an area of the earth that has special meaning, you have the opportunity to tender the fires of light. Follow these directions, for they are an important part of the process. Those of you holding the energy in areas of earth are more important now than ever before. Small groups of light workers gathering to hold and strengthen the energy are at the heart of this process. Certainly it is understood that there are many more than 144 points of light on earth. As one is lit, it may stay lit and grow stronger, or it may fade. The truth is that at this time on earth most will fade, yet that is not important. The intent here is to get 144 points of light glowing brightly at the same instant. The moment that happens, there is a magical, critical mass that is reached. Much like what you call the 100th monkey theory, all points of light everywhere ignite, and a great flash of light not seen since the beginning will permanently change the direction of all that is. That is the web of love incarnate. Currently the web of love is nothing more than a thought of God. You are God. You are the creators, and all is in motion through your own thinking, through your own thoughts and ideas. When God has a thought, it is like a blueprint that is sent out for the universal energy to create. Such is the web of love. You have created it through your thoughts and your use of it, only this is a collective thought, so there is an exponential power behind it. As you use that as a tool for yourselves, it grows stronger. Now, what would it be like not to have the tool outside, but to have them inside? That is what is ahead. As you ignite these 144 points of light, you become permanently connected to the web of love, and it takes a form in your reality. We tell you that the web of love first began as a communication grid. It started in the early days when a messenger was sent to another village to carry messages back and forth. The path that they created to go from one village to another started a matrix upon earth. Later, over periods of time, that grew into spreading the messages by horseback, and the path they traveled created a larger grid of communication. It was not long before wires were strung and these same paths became telegraph lines. Here the grid took its first physical form. Of course that grew to be the grid of what you call telephone wires strung all over the planet. They are not evenly distributed, mostly in areas of dense population. Then the internet evolved from those telephone lines and began connecting hearts globally. The next step is to turn that grid into a light grid of communication. Then after you become accustomed to light grid, it will become integrated into each of you, and there will no longer be a need for a physical grid to be outside of yourselves. The next incarnations of this grid will be more evenly distributed throughout the planet, and not only aid communication between you, but will draw in connection with Gaia herself and connect you all together as one. That has already begun. There will come a time when you no longer need the light grid itself because it is a part of who you are. Gifts of the light grid. We began to prepare you for this movement with the Web of Love experiment, where you began to conceptualize, and therefore create, the next incarnations of this grid. The 144 points of light are the next step in activating this heart grid. Soon you will begin to experience the gifts of the 144 points of light. Imagine having a thought automatically spread to everyone on Earth. Imagine feeling an emotion that is automatically available to everyone else on Earth. You have a collective conscious awareness that has never before been a part of the human experience. This is an awareness of the collective heart of God. Please understand that you will not lose identity when these gifts are added to you. Rather, You will learn the unique beauty of who you are is more appreciated and honored unconditionally. As awareness of the collective increases, the need for ego and separation diminishes. This is your path this very day, for your choices for integration rather than separation will determine how fast these points of light will activate. To draw strength or to give strength is automatically attainable by everyone on that grid. Those are your connections and possibilities. We say possibilities here because you still retain free choice in your human experience. Nothing is imposed upon you, it is simply available as instant, accessible communication. The internet has begun to prepare you for that kind of information accessibility, yet at this point the internet is still unable to convey emotions. The access to human hearts and minds of the one heart will change the human experience over a relatively short period of time. This unity is the same connection you experience when you return home in what you call heaven. You are simply evolving to use it on earth. This is your birthright and you are simply returning to it. Your dedication to creating heaven on earth is opening this door now. It has been with you all along, yet to play the game and put the veil on, it was necessary for you to forget that connection. It was necessary for you to bump into the walls, not remembering who you were, looking for your imaginary path. Oh, you know you have one, you just don't know where it is. Even when you are on it, you doubt it. If it were easy, everyone would be human. Being human is such a wonderful game of spirit. We love the human experience, and although we have not been human, we watch you with the greatest of love. We tell you it is not easy being human, for if it was, everyone would be human. The reality is that it takes the highest of vibration to come into the most difficult game board on all planets. Then you agreed to play this game, not only with total free choice, but with the veil so effective that you can play with total free choice. That veil is lifting by your own accord. That veil is lifting because you no longer need it to be so complete. As it lifts, there will be people who will say, "Follow me, for I see the future." In the second wave of empowerment, you all have the same gifts. Are you ready for such a paradigm shift? Are you ready to release the game of follow the leader, to begin playing the game of follow yourself? You are the one heart of Earth, and all eyes in the cosmos are upon you as you boldly take this next step. The hearts of Atlantis. Today you set the energy of Atlantis into motion. When you left Atlantis, you hid the crystal energies from yourselves. Not only was it important to bury the crystals and to keep them from surfacing accidentally, but you, as spirits, had a meeting where you decided that you would hide this energy from yourselves for the duration of the game. Yet now you have passed the time originally set for the end of the game, and that agreement no longer holds. We tell you further that now your collective vibration has even passed the levels that you reached in the days of Lemuria and Atlantis. Now you start pulling away the veil to take your true power while you are still in physical bubbles of biology. This has never been done before anywhere in any universe. All of the cosmos are watching planet Earth because of the choices you are making today. We cannot wait to see where you take it from here. Dear ones, step forward. Know that you are honored beyond your imagination. Know that you are honored and supported and loved more than you will ever know. You are the greatest hope of heaven pretending to be human, and we are so very proud of you. Even in the times when you feel lost, we hold the magnificence of who you really are. As you take that feeling deep within you and let it grow, it ignites warmth within your own chest. It ignites a warmth within your soul. That is the beginning of a point of light which you will ignite, for you will be one of the 144. You will be those who take the challenge and make a difference on this planet. Those 144 points of light will ignite, and every being everywhere will watch this transformation. You are the masters of the game board. Cheer yourselves on, dear ones. You have no idea how you are seen throughout the rest of the cosmos. Know that you will be greeted at home as the greatest of heroes. Take the challenge. Find a way to ignite one point of light and focus your energy on that. Take the challenge to ignite and nurture 144 points of light throughout your existence. We leave you with only 3 simple reminders. Treat each other with the greatest of respect, for you are heroes. Nurture one another at every opportunity as you are looking in the eyes of God. Remember that it is a wonderful game. And play well together. A Spavo. The group.